But why can't I see it on YouTube? Can you see me on YouTube? View on YouTube. I can only see it from here, but I can't view it on YouTube. And it's view on YouTube. Okay, I think it's okay now. I can only see it from here, but I can't view it on YouTube. And it's view on YouTube. Okay, I think it's okay now. I can only see it from here, but I can't view it on YouTube. And it's view on YouTube. Okay, I think it's okay now. Okay, so let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. Let's go ahead with this live stream. So as I was saying, when we talk about empathy, it goes beyond imagine how somebody feels or feeling sorry. I'm sorry. It goes beyond just feeling sorry for somebody, but imagining what the person is feeling and also trying to put yourself in that person's shoes, trying to see how it hurts. When you see how it hurts, then you can deal with the person from an empathetic point of view. So a lot of people, like I said, they confuse empathy with sympathy. So having empathy goes beyond just feeling sorry, and doing nothing about it. But when you have empathy, you're actually wearing, you're putting yourself in that person's shoes and seeing how it hurts. So the story I shared earlier about the woman, who this woman was driving to her garage, and she saw someone on the floor in the rain, and she had to come out of the car to also lie beside her. Yes, and to support her, like to hold her hand and see how much of a support that she can be to this woman. So I'll be talking about three different types of empathy, and it is possible. It is actually possible to have more than one at the same time, more than one type at the same time. The first one I want to talk about is the emotional empathy. When you feel something because someone else does, it's called emotional empathy. Of course, you might have noticed this when you cried after watching a very sad scene, in a movie. It's like crying with someone. When you mourn with those that mourn, the Bible talks about it. You mourn with those people that are mourning. You don't just carry on like "Ugh, that's your own business. So when people are mourning, or when maybe a friend is having a bad time, and you are there for them, you are holding their hands, you are crying along with them, you are feeling the pain. Like I remember I lost a friend. Was it last year? Yes, it was last year. It was a very tough time for me. It was a very tough time, because I kept on thinking about her mother, her siblings. I was just putting myself in their shoes, and I cried so much. It took a lot from me. I still think about her, till this day. So having empathy goes beyond just feeling sorry, or just saying sorry, but feeling it, putting yourself in their shoes, crying along with them, and supporting them, offering them support as much as possible. So that is emotional empathy. And I also want to talk about another kind of empathy, cognitive empathy. If you have watched till this point, please go ahead and like this video. Please like this. Hey, Ronke. Odewumi, how are you? Where are you watching from? It's good to see you. Hi, shout out to Ronke. Hi, babes. What's up? Thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I just want to talk about empathy. Yes, are you a content creator? I love to support you, and of course, like I always do, I support everyone that comes to my live stream. I watch your videos. I leave a genuine comment. I subscribe to your channel and support you as much as I can. I share as well. Yes, I try as much as possible to share as much as I can. So today I was actually talking about. So Ronke, what's your topic about? What's your niche? If you have a channel, yeah, You have a YouTube channel. What do you really do on your channel? Is it a cooking channel? Let us come and cook those dishes, Anyways, Desiree, I don't know if Desire Wonder is also here. Hi, Desire, how are you doing? So please don't forget to leave a comment down below. So as I was saying, I just talked about emotional empathy. That is when you cry along with people that are crying. When you put yourself in their shoes. Watching from London. Oh, awesome! It's morning, definitely. I'm very sure it's morning. They're like, I think it's about 6:42 a.m. It's almost 7 a.m. I know the time difference. I know the difference. Yeah. So I am in California, in US. So it's 10:42 p.m. Wednesday. Yes, it's still Wednesday here. So we were still like, I think 8 hours behind you guys. So I want to talk about cognitive empathy. Yeah. So cognitive empathy involves thinking more than feeling. Cognitive empathy actually means putting yourself in someone else's shoes. When you talk to a friend about something that is bothering you, and you feel understood by that person. When you feel understood, that person kind of like gets it. It's often because your friend was using cognitive empathy. And I'll share an example of that. To build wealth, girl, I need to start living on your channel. Hi, Raden Panji. Hi. It is good to see you. You are so supportive. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I see you guys. See you, bro. So, Ronke. Oh, wow. Your channel is about teaching people to build wealth and gain financial freedom, budgeting, saving. Badu. Thank you. Thank you so much, Raden. I see you. Ronke, you'll be slaying me on your channel now, like out of my life, I shall be hopping onto your channel. Trust me. Anyways, as I was saying, so I was talking about having cognitive empathy. It involves, thinking more than feeling. When you talk to someone, like a friend called me today, and a very elderly friend called me today and said, I need your take on this thing. So, somebody did something to me. How do you think I can react in that situation? And after I spoke with her, she was like, girl, like, her morale was down, when she was talking to me. She wasn't so feeling so confident. But by the time I'm done, I was done. I hyped her up, like, girl. There are over 7 billion people on this planet. Don't allow one person to rent a space in your head. You are greater. You are made for more. Oh, Raden Panji, you're busy. Stay home. Nice. So I told her, please, whoever is your friend, if this person is truly your friend, and your friend should value you, your friend should appreciate you and treat you as such. You're a queen, you're a dope queen, and nobody should treat you less than who you are. By the time I was done talking to her today, she was like, oh my god, I feel like a superstar. I said, yes, that's what you are. So I was able to feel what she was feeling. I was able to put myself in her shoes and help her navigate out of, the situation that she was in at the time she called me. Yeah. So cognitive empathy involves thinking, more than feeling. You're thinking more than feeling. You're putting yourself in that person's shoes. And I told her, this is what I would do if I were in your situation. This is exactly, and that's the truth. This is exactly what I'm going to do if I was in your situation. And the third one I want to share is the compassionate empathy. The compassionate empathy is any kind of empathy that leads to action. Yes. So the compassionate empathy is any kind of empathy that really leads to action. So when you see someone in need and you offer that person some food or money, that is compassionate empathy. Yes, that is compassionate empathy. When you actually do something, you take action. It's any kind of empathy that leads to action. So it could be setting up a food bank or contributing to a food bank or getting a group of friends of yours together, so that you guys can raise funds and be part of, support a good cause, for something. It could be exactly what I said. It could be having a food bank, having a food pantry for people who cannot afford, 3 square meals every day, and supporting them as much as possible. I personally, thank you, Raden. Thank you so much for liking this. Please don't forget to like my videos. Yes, and don't forget to check out my video. I dropped a video earlier today. Please check it out and leave your comments as well after watching. So I personally, I am looking for an NGO to partner with, but my own, I would love to support an NGO with education. Mine is centered around education for girls. Yes, the girl child education. I have a passion for ensuring that the girl child stays educated. Yes, because I know for sure that when you educate a woman, you educate a community. When you educate a woman, you can be rest assured, that her kids, her family, you are welcome, Raden. You are welcome. So you can be rest assured. Please follow Raden. If you haven't, check out his channel. Let's support ourselves as much as possible. Support Runke Odewumi. Support, Desire Wonder. Let's support ourselves. I myself, I'm going to lend my support most definitely. So I want to talk about different examples of empathy in different situations. So if you're here, if you're hopping on, if you have a YouTube channel, leave your channel. I want to support you. Now, your girl. So I also want to talk about another way by which you can, offer empathy to someone. Is when a friend feels a test, you can imagine that you're a student, and a friend in your class failed a test and is feeling really hard, really, really bad about it, and is really I've actually come across a friend of mine long ago, I think about 15 years ago, if I'm not wrong. No, it's more than 15 years ago. It's more than 15 years ago. This friend of mine failed an exam, and I didn't even know that he was planning to commit suicide. Yes, that was the first time I stopped someone from committing suicide. Because he failed, people just left him. His friends in his previous class just kind of ignored him, like, oh, please, this one is dumb. That's the way it was for him at the time. And everybody deserted him. He had no friends again. And then he came to me, and then he told me that he he just couldn't cope. He was feeling really, really down. And then I said, hey, hi, Bridget. Thank you so much for joining me. Shout out to Bridget Oladipo. Please go ahead and support her channel. You need to see her content, hear her speak. And she dropped a video earlier today. Please go ahead and watch her video. Yes, and please, please, please like, subscribe, and share her video as well. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. So this friend of mine told me at the time that he failed his exam, and he was really feeling, he was down because all his friends had left him. So I was able to talk to him. I talked him out. He was depressed. I talked him out of depression, and it was much later that he told me that he was planning to commit suicide. Yay, good to have you. How is Dubai today? Yes, happy new month. Happy new month. May this month bring us plenty, plenty, plenty blessings. Plenty blessings in the mighty name of Jesus. Yes, so this month is going to be filled with joy, with peace, with greatness for all of us and our loved ones. May July be filled with happiness, with positivity, with progress, with opportunities, with kindness, and with love in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you. It's really good to see you today. So like I was saying, so this I was able to talk him out of depression, and thankfully he didn't commit suicide. Thankfully, it was much later he told me that if I hadn't spoken with him that day, that he wouldn't have existed again. Yes, Raden, please check out Bridget. She is the bomb. Yes, check her out. Please check out her videos. Please watch her videos. I'm sure you love her blogs and her videos. She's a very, very, very religious, like, she's God-fearing. You know what I mean? Yeah, thank you, Ronke. I didn't even know you were still there. Thank you so much, Ronke. There with me. Thank you. So another way by which you can also offer empathy is, yeah, apart from if it maybe a friend fails a test or fails an exam, you can be there for them, talk to them, don't make them feel like they're alone. Make them understand that the fact that they failed the exam doesn't mean that they are dumb. It doesn't mean that they are less than who they are. They are actually made for more. Yes, and there is greatness in every single person. So no, you know. Sorry, my husband is here trying to distract me. Anyway, talk now. Anyway, so oh my, okay. So as I was saying, so you can offer empathy, in so many ways. And another way by which you can also offer empathy, especially when it comes to the workplace, professionally, it could be an overwhelmed coworker. Maybe you have a coworker that is always complaining, or there's too much. The person is just being asked to do much, much more than necessary, and that this worker or this your colleague is having just way too much work to do. I remember I've been in that situation. For me, I'm able to relate because I've been in a situation whereby I did a lot. Like I spent the whole day, trying to get things done. I used to work in a bank, and it was so bad. I didn't go home. I didn't go home on a Friday. I had to resume on, oh yeah, Raden Panji. Yeah, let's unite regardless of race, ethnicity, religion via YouTube. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that's how it should be, brother. That's how it should be, Raden. So when it comes to talking to a worker who is overwhelmed, I have been overwhelmed before with work. I thought I was a hard worker until I got a job at the bank, and the work was actually endless. It wasn't like it seemed endless. I didn't go home to sleep on a Friday. I had to sleep very close to the office just so that I would resume, yeah, just so that I would resume work on Saturday morning. I resumed work on Saturday morning, 7 a.m. I left the office around 12 mid. Trust me, bankers, we work like crazy. At that time, we had this crazy target coming from the head office. We had to open crazy amount of accounts, and I was opening accounts at the time. So I didn't go home. I went home around 12 a.m. Yeah, of course, as a staff, you can go through the back and then, leave at any time as long as you are a full staff. So 12 a.m. and I was back in the office around 6:30 in the morning. And then I started on Saturday. And normally we shouldn't even work on Saturdays, So I worked on Saturday. I worked from morning to the same time again on Saturday. And then on Sunday, the same thing. I don't think I've ever worked for anyone like that in my life. I worked again on Sunday, and then on Monday, that was the last straw for me. That was the defining moment for me. And then on Monday, I was talking to my supervisor, my CSM at the time, customer service manager. And then I was talking to her. I was trying to show her all the, and I'm very fast. Like I'm extremely fast when it comes to opening accounts. So I told her I've opened this large number of accounts, and guess what she said? It's not enough. Like, you didn't do enough. That was it for me. That was it for me. I was done. There was nothing anybody could tell me at that point. I was extremely overwhelmed. And it was bad enough that she wasn't empathetic. She didn't even consider the fact that I didn't have a life all through the weekend. I couldn't go to church. I couldn't do anything. Yeah. Nigerian banking sector is crazy. Oh my God. I love the professionalism and corporate paparazzi. Did you also work in a bank? Bridget, did you also work in a bank? Yeah, the corporate paparazzi was nice and the professionalism, but man, the work was crazy. So ever since that time, I wasn't caught out for it. It wasn't just for me, because you're going to put in your best and they will still tell you it's not good enough. I was overwhelmed and it was official. So I requested that someone else, because I couldn't do everything. It was like me doing the work of like 10 people. So I requested that someone has to be sent to the branch to, also assist. And So I waited. They told me, "Oh, there's somebody coming tomorrow. Somebody is coming tomorrow. Will come. I will see this person. Somebody is coming next week. I will wait again." The enter. My hopes were like, I had high hopes that, oh, thankfully, when this guy comes, I mean, whoever it is, a guy or a lady, when this person comes, at least the workload will reduce, because it was just I had no life again. I became sad. Honestly, I became sad. I don't even care about the money again. So I didn't want just to admire bankers. The top notch is too much. We're just on point, always on point. So eventually when somebody came to join our team, if you see the way I behaved that day, I behaved like a crazy person. I was extremely happy. I was almost rolling on the floor. Like, so you are here. But he didn't understand why I was rolling on the floor. I was happy that somebody is there to take over. And I was ready to leave that unit, because, man, I cannot do it again. PPO, I could not do it again. And so that was how I left that unit. I left that because that unit actually takes your smile away. Your smile fades away. You never laugh again in your life. Like, you forget what it means to laugh or to smile, because they will overwhelm you with work. So at that point in time, I needed someone who would, have empathy. I needed someone who would understand what it means to be overwhelmed with work. But unfortunately, my supervisor was just, she was kind of like, it was impossible to please her. And I'm like, I'm sorry, if I cannot please you, I mean, if you're not happy with what I've done, with how much work I put into this, then I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. If my best is not good enough, then I'm sorry. Raden Panji said, we are reminded that there's a virus. Now is the time. Okay, now is the time for us to respect each other. Of course. So another way by which we can support ourselves, maybe in the workplace, is when an employee is having a bad day, are you someone that is easily relatable? Are you someone that somebody can just walk up to and say, hey, I'm going through this, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to navigate it. So we can show empathy, by supporting, by being there for people, by trying to put ourselves in that person's shoes, by not cutting the person off, by not trivializing whatever the person is going through, by making the person feel that they are loved, they are cared for, they are wanted, they are, their needs are felt. So another way by which we can also support people is maybe a client struggling with a loss. There are so many times, yes, I'm a fashion designer here in California, and there are certain times that I've seen, I've had to express empathy, with some of my clients, especially my good clients. Maybe something happens and you're like, okay, you know what? Don't worry about paying. Don't worry. It's not a question of pay later. Just don't worry about paying. I know you need this thing, and right now it's not so convenient, but it's okay. It's fine. It's okay. I'll write it off as an expense. So yes. So sometimes, we can offer support to other people. Like if somebody is struggling with a loss, you can also help by buying more from that person, or telling your friends. Yeah, yes, we can also show empathy by being understanding and not judging people. Yes, yes, that is very true. Thank you so much for that, Bridget. We can show empathy by not judging people, by being understanding of their plights, because the truth is, we don't have the same background, we don't have the same orientation, we don't have the same upbringing, so our experiences are different. So we should always give lapses, allow room for those checks and balances. So sometimes all we need to do is just to offer that, just be understanding towards people. And then another way by which we can also offer empathy is maybe when friends are trying to endure a breakup. You can be there for them. Don't try to make it worse than it already is. Yes, so we can be there for them. And then maybe when a spouse is sick, or when a close friend is sick, you can offer empathy by being there for them, cooking for them, bringing meals for them, taking care of them, making sure that they are very, like, they are okay, like their lives is still moving on as usual, as it should be. Yes. And another way, I know this is a very, very uncommon way, and an uncommon method of showing empathy, but it's kind of common in this part of the world where I live, which is putting an animal to sleep. When people have dogs and their dogs have been sick for a long time, or the dog is very ill, or the dog is dying, people actually put them to sleep. Putting them to sleep means, they would take the dog to the vets, and then they will put the dog to sleep. Put the dog to sleep means they would like take the life, but they call it put it to sleep. Yes, putting an animal to sleep. Yes, and then the owners will cry and cry and cry. It was when I came to US that I heard about that. So yeah, we can also show empathy in that way. So when you're putting an animal to sleep, it's also a way of showing empathy. So yeah, all I'm just trying to say is when we help people to feel less alone, when we are there for people, because I know that showing empathy is an important way to build strong relationships and be a good friend. And ultimately, people feel less alone when they know that you understand their perspective, and that is what empathy is all about. So I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not confuse you that you can actually show empathy in different ways, in various ways, and together we can all make the world a better place. Thank you so, so, so much for watching till the very end. I remain your girl, Chassis. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll be more than happy to support you as well. So for all of you that join my live or catching the replay, I will be more than happy to support you. Just all you need to do is just leave a comment, and I will trace your YouTube channel, and I will support you as much as I can. So thank you so much, guys. I'll see you again next Saturday by God's grace. So have a beautiful, beautiful day. Happy New Month. God bless you. Bye for now.